everybody. Tonight's Crazy Cabin Fever Cocktail is episode 45. We have a guest for you. I'm holding Instagram up over here tonight because apparently this is how we roll.
This is how we roll.
Hopefully the mic is working, and I hope the sound's coming through for everybody. So we have a couple pre-recorded cocktails. Thanks to Wilderness Trail for sending us some product.
Seriously.
It's good stuff. I know I'm not looking at the camera because I'm trying to keep an eye on, so ignore me for a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and play. I just realized I'm gonna have to cut. Basically, Instagram's gonna get cut off because I don't have a way to play what I set up tonight on Instagram. So, Instagram, you get IGTV later. Bye.
Bye.
And back to you all.
Yeah.
Let's roll the first clip. Okay?
Cheers.
Cheers. So,
We're back for a second.
because of the way I duplicated these, I think it just replaced every single one with
Is the looping logo?
yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't what was intended.
So,
Give us a second.
yeah.
This is the show where we experiment with stuff.
And there's a chance that I'm going to have to turn something off and start it up again because of what I've done.
So this is where we learn how to do things that we're now getting client requests for, like, hey, can we have virtual bourbon tasting with you? And also, can you play a pre-recorded video into the feed that is going out on Zoom to the X number of people that are coming before you do your virtual bourbon tasting? It's like, I don't know, but Hillary's like, we did it with Crazy Cabin Fever Cocktails, so there you go.
And honestly, it's actually a lot easier with Zoom than it is with what I'm doing right now. So,
Right. Okay.
except for the pre-recorded stuff. Actually, I could have done the pre-recorded stuff with Zoom. I'm using something else tonight, so sorry. It's been a long day. Give me just a minute. Let's see if what I did. No,
Still on
I'm
loop.
sorry.
Sorry.
We're gonna have to start over.
We'll be right back.
Back in a second. Okay, take two. Sorry
back.
about that. I think I've got it correct this time. This is what happens when you don't take that 15-minute tech check before your event.
Yeah, because we were using the studio for a client event. So that's what happens.
And I thought I didn't need to set up another studio tonight. So I think I've got it this time. And thank you again to, you want to do, like, since this is probably the primary.
Thank you to Wilderness Trail for supporting tonight's show. We are huge fans of them. Everybody knows that. So tonight we're doing a new segment I totally just made up a name for. We are doing Cocktails with Comfort. Enjoy.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful occasion for another crazy cabin fever cocktail evening with Distilled Living, produced and published here by Fascination Design. I'd like to introduce myself for those that don't know. My name is Ed Comfort, and I'm working with Distilled Living to produce this wonderful event tonight. We're going to go over some Wilderness Trail cocktails that have been provided for us. And the first one is called the Twisted Trail. And my understanding is this one plus the one that will be coming up next were developed by some of the folks at Wilderness Trail because of the trail piece of it. And so what we're going to start with is we're going to use the bourbon of the small batch. It's the high rye, and it's really, really good. So what we'll start with is we'll work with the simple syrup. We will add 1 ounce of simple syrup. First, let me take that back. We'll add our ice. Then we'll add our simple syrup. I always like to make sure I cover it up so I don't spill it. And then we're going to use Aperol, which is a liqueur, and we're going to use 1 ounce of the Aperol. Again, I'll make sure I cover it so I don't spill it. And then finally, we add the good stuff. We add 2 ounces of the Wilderness Trail small batch high rye bourbon. Just the smell of it before I even drink it. It's like, smells good. Okay. Now we get the privilege to shake it. Yeah, I think that's enough. And then we have set aside in the beginning a chilled glass, and this is called a coupe glass. And we will dump the ice out now that it's nice and chilled. See, we got a good seal. There it goes. Then we'll get our strainer. We will dump into the glass. Oh, boy, look at the color. Okay. Now we have a pre-cut orange slice that we'll add here. And then we're going to top it off with a spritz of club soda. And cheers, y'all. Good evening once again. Welcome to the second opportunity to gain some knowledge and some sweetness out of a second cocktail from Wilderness Trail. This one is called Beartooth, and I was caught off guard when I heard Beartooth, and so I asked somebody at Wilderness Trail, why Beartooth? They said, well, it's got honey in it, and the bears like honey, so we called it Beartooth. I said, what an idea. So what we're going to do this evening is we're going to take 3 ounces of pineapple juice. This is going to have some sweetness with this pineapple juice. Of course, I want to make sure I seal it. Then we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce to 3/4 tablespoon of pre-made honey simple syrup. The reason we made the simple syrup ahead is the honey in the cold liquid, it takes longer to mix it and to dissolve in the water. And then we have 1/2 ounce of pre-made or pre-squeezed lemon juice. These old eyes gotta get focused on what's here. Okay, and then the good stuff. We have 2 ounces of the Wilderness Trail cask strength rye whiskey. Oh, baby, it smells good. Then probably what I should have added in the beginning was the ice, but I'll put the ice in now. Then we'll do our shaking. And the pop. I think. There it goes. Then we'll use our strainer. Pour over ice so we get some fresh ice. Look at this sweetness there. Garnish with a slice of lemon. Cheers, y'all. And one thing we want to make sure is to reach out and say a big thank you to the Wilderness Trail team for all of these ingredients for these 2 cocktails. They were spectacular. Cheers again. Oh boy, you're going to enjoy that. Very good.
Hi everybody. I hope you enjoyed Cocktails with Comfort, and the 2 recipes for the Wilderness Trail cocktails will go online. I know I'm behind.
Although they might already be online already. And they were in, what was the magazine he had?
It's a Danville specific, I think.
Danville Circular. Go look for it. It's got the cocktails in it. It's cool.
So, one other quick tip. If you have some Halloween candy, toffee.
Bring it back. Holy crap!
This we don't know anything about. We don't have any ties to this brand whatsoever.
No.
But basically, chocolate toffee with the rye is really good together. So, so if you need to have your bourbon or your rye a little bit either neat or on ice, and want something to pair it with, yeah, we might have to do a Halloween candy special at some point.
After Halloween, leftover Halloween candy. Bourbon and rye.
So, as always, we'll be back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the recipes will be online later. I know I'm behind, but we've got a lot going on. So, cheers, everybody.